Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation. My name is Radik Kinaev and in today's presentation I will be talking about mega sport events, in particular the social-cultural factors, impacts and legacy of the Olympic Games. The purpose of this presentation is to critique the social-cultural factors that determine the outcome of mega events and the related impacts on local, national and global scale. Also provide an evaluation of key legacies with an emphasis of urban regeneration. To begin with, mega events have been defined by Mills and Rosentraub as significant national or global competition that produce an extensive level of participation and media coverage. In addition, Frawley elaborates by stating that mega events are events that attract large number of visitors, have a large media reach, come with large costs, and have a large impact on the built environment and population. To determine the outcome of mega sport events, I have chosen to use Frawley's 4 key dimensions. Visitor attractiveness and mediated reach are two fundamental components that complement each other. They both link to hosting and reaching large-scale audience, and research highlighted that the increase in tourism and longer visitor stays post-event is a reasonable indicator in deciding the success of an event. This can also be seen in the Rio 2016 Olympic Games as displayed on the slide. In addition, Hornet goes even further by stating that without the influence of media, such events are very unlikely to happen. Similarly, cost and infrastructure are also closely linked with each other. Rutte and Ho justify the huge amount of resources spent on the event because of the legacy it leaves behind. Moreover, Roche builds on by stating that modern mega events are now expected to achieve long-term goals and range of urban developments that will continue to benefit local communities and host nations. However, critically, often this has been overshadowed by the continuous rising cost of the event and the impact it will have later on the community. Nevertheless, mega sport events are considered successful when they have promoted and built social interaction, developed communities, improved the quality of life, transformed an area, developed host image, and be advocates for tackling global issues. An example of a successful mega event is 2012 London Olympic Games. The main slogan under the event was built to inspire a generation, and their vision described by London Olympic Committee was to use the games as a catalyst for change. This has been done by creating a global program specifically aimed at the new generation by developing a sustainable transformation that provides better standards of living and offers a paid or volunteering opportunity through education, employment and sport. Furthermore, the event has also provided solutions to global matters such as inequality, poverty, climate change and discrimination. On the other hand, the expert work of Chalip emphasizes that such mega events come at the expense of working class, the poor and ethnic minorities. Certainly this was the case with 2014 Winter Olympic Games in Sochi and the huge budget overruns the event generated. Even though the whole city infrastructure was completely transformed, critically it could be argued that such consequences can be far more damaging to local communities, especially to those mentioned above by Chalip. Moving on to impacts, Holt and Rutte define impacts as the direct consequences of the implemented actions of the event management. Moreover, impact is the side effect of such large-scale event and often occurs due to the underestimated cost and the inflated benefits. Social impact is considered the short-term consequences of the event and is described by tax as the effect changes in the collective and individual value system, behavior patterns, community structures, lifestyle and quality of life, whereas cultural impact is regarded as the long-term consequences and is defined as transformation in traditional values, norms and identities. Putting together all the components to create a successful Olympics is certainly a challenge for the host nation. Urban regeneration projects is often one. Such projects often create numerous direct and indirect advantages and challenges, from the development of whole city image, innovation in transport, to displacement and community disruption. To illustrate this, the Rio 2016 Summer Olympics used the games as catalysts for infrastructure and socio-economic development. Furthermore, one of the main strategies was the sustainable redevelopment of Porto Maravilha, where the Olympic Village is currently located. The strategic plan of the city of Rio de Janeiro, developed in 1995, also was aimed to enhance the brand image of the city and promote Rio in the mega event sporting world. Nevertheless, the results of displacement in Rio during the Olympic Games build-up caused morally incorrect behavior from government bodies and stakeholders. The demolition of low-income neighborhoods led to relocation of residents in distant areas, causing discrimination and mistreatment. According to statistics, 60,000 people were forcefully displaced, which accounts for 6,600 families. Economic and social inequality was also published, as reports suggest that many of the households were not given enough money for their land and houses. The impacts caused by such redevelopment were strongly against what was outlined by their aim for social equity. Considered the best Olympic event by many, the Barcelona Olympic Games has been a nation-defining event for the Catalan city people and the country of Spain. The Barcelona Olympic Committee organizational model had major influence on future Olympic Games host city projects as well as other rejuvenation plans. Moreover, this created an iconic reputation for Barcelona. Major infrastructure developments happened regarding urban and city infrastructure and telecommunication. Such developments improved the quality of life, sense of belonging, and self-esteem of residents. This then allowed the city to grow enormously from a mediocre destination to one of the major tourist places in Europe. Brings us to the global impacts of sporting mega events. Globalized mega sport events occurs by connecting politically and culturally with nations, international organizations, and movements to spread awareness of global issues. Therefore, Roshi highlights the importance of connecting together to fight against the global impacts of the world. For example, the London 2012 Summer Paralympic Games, where equality for disabled people was highlighted. This allowed the organizers to influence the attitudes and perceptions of people to challenge their awareness by increasing the participation of disabled people in sport and physical activity, as well as promote and drive improvements in business, transport, and employment. So what is mega sport event legacy? Defined by Preos, legacy is all planned and unplanned, positive and negative, tangible and intangible structures created for and by a sport event that remain longer than the event itself. Furthermore, mega sport event legacy can transform infrastructures of cities, provide growth in tourism, and have long-lasting benefit to local communities for and to build on for the future. As mentioned by Preos, there are tangible and intangible elements of a legacy. Tangible legacy is linked with infrastructure and transport development, whereas intangible legacy focuses on components such as global status of the whole city and country, tourism development, social development, and strengthening local traditions, values, and pride. Mega events are viewed by destination as an opportunity to further develop their country. Chalib highlights the terms liminality and community ties, where in such events people can be brought together no matter nationality, culture, ethnicity, or belief to experience something special. Furthermore, social event leverage is a tool created with the aims of the host country to enhance deliberately the effects generated from such global event in long-term benefits economically, socio-culturally, and environmentally. Moreover, for a legacy to be considered successful, there needs to be a continuous build-up for the future, unlike what happened at Athens 2004 Summer Olympic Games. The legacy plan outlined by the Athens Olympic Committee consisted of sustainable infrastructure development to economic and social-cultural. However, many of the outlined objectives were far from reach. Olympic facilities that were built specifically for the event became white elephants. The sustainable development objective was disregarded and other legislations was bypassed. The lack of public consultation over the sites was also a major issue. Furthermore, potential solutions to prevent such poor legacy could be the creation of separate organization bodies in charge of the legacy and provide an effective coordinating leverage. On the other side, the legacy of the London 2012 Summer Olympic Games was considered successful by many experts. The hosting of the Olympic Games gave an opportunity for urbanization and transformation of the city, and particularly the East London area, from new housing and infrastructure, all available to use by local communities to promote education, sport, and healthy lifestyle. Furthermore, the Olympic legacy of London created inspiring attractions designed to mitigate global impacts such as climate change. This was all able to happen due to the 4 legacy plans created by the Department of Culture, Media and Sport and other governmental institutions. Each of the legacy plans contributed to the revival of industrial wasteland, and it set the stage for future economic growth in a struggling part of London. Considered the best legacy to be left after any hosted Olympic Games, the Sydney Olympic Committee achieved many great developments, starting from sustainable infrastructure to developing local communities by providing employment and business opportunities, as well as education. They continue to expand their ideas by developing Master Plan 230 in comparison to other hosting cities, particularly London, that has been critiqued harshly by local communities. In conclusion, from the conducted research of the variety of mega sport events, indeed it is a huge opportunity to host an event from this caliber. However, such events can cause substantial negative social cultural impacts if completed incorrectly. Moreover, the research highlights the importance of local community approval and emphasizes on the development of robust leverage strategy that will lead to an effective legacy plan that continues to be developed by the host country, as this has proven to be a successful tool for growth. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.